Hi and welcome to Everyday Vlogging with Rich Pasini. Today is March 5th, 2019. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to start off by saying thank you to all the new subscribers who recently subscribed to my channel. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you like the content. You come back for more. For those who are new, my channel is a very diversified channel. It talks about everything and anything. It's not just one specific topic. Today I want to talk about taking pictures and videos and making videos for your YouTube channel. What I use, the equipment. Very basic, very simple. You don't have to go out and spend thousands of dollars. And the reason why I'm making this video, folks, is because I've been watching a lot of YouTube creators, and a lot of them are good out there. A lot of them put out really great content. And this is no way, shape, or form to put anybody down or to make any derogatory statements. For those who know me or familiar with me, I'm very frugal. I consider myself a frugal entrepreneur. I try to make do with what I have, okay? And I try to keep it streamlined to where I'm going to save money and get the same, basically the same good effects as if I was using expensive equipment to make videos. One of my favorite tools or equipment to use is right here, my iPhone 5S. And what I'm going to do in a little bit is I'm going to take this phone and I'm going to go over to my display area and show you the tools I use, well, the equipment I use to make videos. You don't need, folks, to buy expensive things. A lot of these professional creators out there, YouTube creators, they have like basic, to me, it's state-of-the-art equipment, stuff I can't afford. But you don't really need to buy that type of equipment to make good videos. First off, 4K. Okay, who needs 4K? It's a YouTube channel, right? You're not Warner Brothers company. You're not Universal Studios. You're not making cinematic pictures where you need to go out and spend thousands of dollars upon thousands of dollars to make a YouTube video. If you could shoot videos with your iPhone and they come out decent, today with the new ones, my daughters have the new iPhones, the iPhone I think X or whatever it is, the new one that came out. My younger daughter was showing me all the features it has on it. It's amazing. I think it's nice. I wouldn't spend, well, I think that phone is roughly close to $1,000. I wouldn't spend $1,000 on it. If it came down in price, maybe I would invest in it, but it's got phenomenal features in there that I like. My little iPhone 5S, it works. And my take is, if it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut this film here, well, shut this off right now, and I'm going to walk you over to my display area and show you the stuff I use to create my videos. But before I do that, I just want to also tell you the video editing software I use. And I think I mentioned it once before in my other YouTube videos. I use Filmora, and I don't use the Filmora 9. As a matter of fact, I'm recording this on the Filmora 8.76 version. I had to think about that for a second. I just got a memo from them, or a message from them when you sign on, that they have a newer version if I would like to upgrade. I am leaving the 8.76 right where it is, okay? I do have Filmora 9, but I don't want to upgrade this particular version. I will go to the Filmora 9 and upgrade that version. I don't want this to be deleted or removed from my system because I like the features that the older version has. For me, that works for me. And the other one they came out with is with Filmora Pro, which is a little too much for me right now. I don't care for that particular style. It's good. I'll be honest with you. I was on a Filmora Pro Facebook group, and I'll be honest, and I'm not saying it's the bad mouth Filmora, but there are quite a few people on there that are not happy with the Filmora 9 version. I really am. I'm making this stuff up. I mean, it's Filmora Pro user group or something like that there. It's on Facebook, and I was looking at some of the comments, and there are some people that hate it. One person messaged on there, I want to go back to the version 8, like the one I'm using, 8.76. I think I explained this to you guys once before. The reason why I don't use Filmora 9, I'll use it on occasion if I'm just going to use a white background. Filmora 8 has it where if I use a white screen, which I have right now, you guys don't see because I'm going to add a background to it, but the Filmora 9, you can't use a white screen with it. I contacted Filmora about that there. They said they're going to talk to their people about it, and they never got back to me. So put that aside. I'm still going to stick with the 8.76 version. Anyway, the other version I use, the other video editing software I use is Cyberlink PowerDirector 14, which is another one. I use them in conjunction with one another. I'll take something from Cyberlink and import it in Filmora and the 8 version, and I use it kind of like transitioning things if I'm using certain special graphics from PowerDirector, and I will import it, and I combine the two and I make myself some nice video graphics or whatever. Those are the two things I use. But what I want to do right now is, and the other thing I want to say too, in regards to making videos. Now, if you notice, I'm not using my digital video camera, and I am not using any other digital SLR camera. I'm using an HP webcam right now. I think it's a pretty good webcam. I think I paid close to $100 for it back in the day when I bought it. It works good. I have no complaints with it. You can still see me pretty clear. There's probably a little minor adjustments that they have settings on there where you can make it clear, the resolution, all that other stuff there. I had the basic settings. I'm sure I could probably fine tune to make it even super clear as well. But the thing is, folks, the whole purpose of, well, the whole intensive purpose of this video is to just show you the stuff I use and how I make my videos. Now, some people may beg to differ and say, well, your videos, okay, they're so-so. I mean, they're nothing to write home about. And I'm not here to make cinematic videos here, folks. I'm not, I'm just a regular YouTube creator trying to make good with the little things I have. I don't have expensive stuff. I don't have expensive cameras and $8,000 cameras or $1,000 cameras. You don't really need all that stuff to make a video. I mean, right now I'm using, what I'm talking to you right now is a laptop mic. That's what I use, a laptop mic. It's super sensitive. It pivots back and forth, and this is what it looks like. This is it. Right? That's what it is, laptop. That's it. This is what I'm talking to you with. Okay? It works. You could hear me, right? I'm talking clear. I'm not garbled. I don't get static in the background. It's got the noise cancellation, I think, built into it. And you want to know the nice thing about this? I bought that at the thrift store. You know how much I paid for that? $2.50. And it works. That's the thing. It works. If it works, why not, right? I know a lot of them, when you look at a lot of YouTube creators, the ones that are really into it, I'm into it too, folks, but I want to save money. That's the whole premise behind me doing these videos, is to help you guys save money too. You don't need to go out and spend thousands upon thousands of dollars to make videos, and where it's got to be have a certain look to it. Yeah, 4K is nice, and then what's going to happen with 4K, 5K, 10K, and how are you going to keep up with this stuff here? The way the technology changes, I mean, it's phenomenal. Me, I'd be in a poorhouse if I try to keep up with it. So that's what I'm trying to say right now. That's why I'm doing this video, folks. I've been watching a lot of YouTube creators out there, a lot of them that are established, and the ones that are making tons of money. Hey, if you're making $500,000 or hundreds of thousands of dollars, yeah, and you want to go out and spend $8,000 on a camera, or $1,000 or $2,000, $3,000, that's fine. But you want me to tell you something? Even if I was in an income bracket like that, folks, I would still use what I have. And people say, yeah, well, you say that now. I know myself, believe me. I would still use the same equipment I have, because my logic is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Is it working? That's all that matters. Okay? Anyway, enough with the chatter. Let me go show you what I have. I'm going to use my iPhone 5S to video that, because the cameras I use right now are, I'm using my webcam here. I can't take that around because it's connected to my computer, or else I'd use that. But my mobile device will suffice. So without further ado, let me get right to it. Okay, guys, this is the equipment I use. This is stuff. I'm just going to go over it. I'm going to try to be brief as possible. As you guys know, I am a Sony diehard. I love Sony products. I always have used them, and I always will. My two favorite ones are Sony and Panasonic. Some people may beg to differ and say, well, I'm not really crazy about either one of those electronic products. But hey, to each his own, right? Okay, here, what I like about, first of all, I'll tell you what I like about buying brand new stuff. First off, this here is this tripod I bought here, and I'm going to show you one I picked up. I'm going to show you this one. This tripod with this bag cost me $100, a little over $100 for this here. You get the tripod, of course you get a little documentation with it, but and that bag, this cost me I think a little over $100. But I like it. It's got the remote on here. Okay, you can zoom in, zoom out. And I want to show you another tripod I picked up for $5 at a thrift store, which, I mean, this is nice, don't get me wrong, but if you got to see, it's a vintage one. I had it on eBay and I was going to sell it, and I said, you know what? I took it off. I said, let me keep it. And the reason why I want two tripods is, if I used to use my video camera and I want to videotape you, like videotape me taking a picture and stuff like that, I need to have a secondary tripod. I was going to buy one off of eBay, the same one like this here, but they all range in different prices. Brand new ones you can get for $100, like this stuff I'm going for $159, stuff like that.
And me being frugal, I didn't want to buy it just yet. If I come across one in a thrift store, maybe for $5 or $10, I'll pick it up. But right now, I'll show you the one in a little bit, what I got, the vintage one. It's just really good. It's really made well. But anyway, what I like, when it comes to electronics, I'm a stickler with this here. I always believe this here. If you're going to buy something, buy it new, okay? Now, what I like about Sony, when you buy from Sony, they give you a lot of documentation, okay? This one here is for my digital camcorder. Now, I believe, if my memory serves me right, they come with the accessories, okay? This is the booklet they give you. They give you a whole bunch of stuff here. Like this is the one for my digital video camera. This is right. This one here, I put the documents together, but this one is for this documentation here. They have accessories here. All right, you say, yeah, but it's outdated though. You can't probably buy this anymore. No, you probably can't brand new, of course, because you know they probably stopped making it, probably out of production. But they give you all this documentation here on how to use it and important safeguards and so on and so forth. They got the warranties, and what I like about this one here is the accessories you could buy for it, for this here. For example, when you click open a book here, now I could probably still get this stuff off of eBay. All right, I like to always keep an additional battery, which I have over here. Okay, what I like about my Sony products is everything's proprietary. I could use this in this camera. I could take the battery out of here and put it in here, and so on and so forth. Same thing with the micro memory sticks. This memory stick will come out of here, and I can put this memory stick in here. My camera, this digital camera, I mean the video camera, takes still photos. So if I don't want to take this with me on a camera shoot, whatever, I could take my Sony digital handycam and snap pictures in with that there. It takes still shots. Not bad, not bad. They're not as good as this at a point, but then again, I might not have the proper settings on here. Okay, but what I like about it is you could buy additional things. Now I know. If I want to get one that's got more juice to it, like, you know, get more usage, I can get the sticker battery here. They have the prices. They got about $100, as you can see here. All right. And they got ones over here. This one here is for $150. You probably get so much, yeah, super quick charge lithium M series battery. You probably get a lot more, video time with it. I had this small for $60, but that's what they came with it, you know. Actually, they gave you an additional one with it. Okay, you could also buy the accessories for it. Now, I came across this here on eBay. Somebody was selling this. I was going to get one. I said, you know, I really don't need it right now because I got the adapters to charge my charge up my batteries. And the way I do it, of course, you put your battery in here and you just charge it up, and you know you'll be good with that. But what I love about it is the accessories you can get with it. Okay, and that there you can see the quick charge is about $150 for that there. Now, this is no segue for Sony. I just want you guys to know who's watching this right now. I am not getting paid for this here. Sony did not contact me and say, oh, could you make a video on that? Absolutely, positively not. This is my stuff. I'm taking it on my own behalf to show you that you guys out there don't need to buy expensive equipment. However, I will tell you the prices, but you don't need to, you know, spend thousands of dollars. Here I bought the camera bag, what you see here, okay? I bought this camera bag. You can see it cost me roughly $80 plus the shipping, I guess, so they didn't include that in there. Okay, but you can buy stuff. This, yeah, then you can just buy the bag itself. But I bought the kit. I think the kit came with some other stuff with it, if I'm not mistaken. I think it came with an extra battery. I think that's what extra battery came with, sorry. You get the filters, you get the lens with it. Now, stuff like this here, I'm quite sure, I don't know if I can get this from Sony itself, but I'm quite sure I can get it off of eBay if I really need it. Okay, they got flashes, they got the boom mics here, the zoom microphones, additional flashes if you need it, a shoe adapter. This is what I like about the Sony products. Now, again, you know, this is what it's all about. Now, here's the thing I was talking about, the tripod, the remote tripod. They got that's what I paid about $100 for it. Okay, they have different ones here too. If you want to buy them without the remote, that's without the remote. It's $50, but I want the remote one. That's what I got. Okay, what else they got over here? Tripods. Then they got the software and stuff. Now I had this here. I ended up selling it because I haven't been using it. This one right here, I had that there. I ended up selling it. I didn't use it that much, so I said, let me get rid of it. It does process nice pictures, but I said, you know what? I have an HP printer that does basically the same thing, and this was taking space up, so I ended up selling that. But I did have that there, though. Okay. Then they have one here, portable DVD play, if you want to do it on, you know, shoot the video on a run. You know, if you want to do it that way there. You can see the prices there. Look at that. It's $1,000 for that thing. All right. Now, again, you probably can't get this stuff. You know, I mean, I don't think Sony's still selling this. You can probably get it off of eBay, maybe, whatever. And the memory sticks, of course, you can buy all the memory sticks if you need them. There's a standard thing anyway. You don't have to buy exactly Sony. But what I like about it, they have a lot of good things with it. Anyway, yeah, and that's what I like about buying brand new. And I recommend, if you're going to buy something, in some cases, if you could afford it, buy it brand new if you could, because I like all the documentation you get with it. And then they get the same thing here with the tripod. They give you Sony gives you documentation with the tripod, how to use it. Okay, and that's for my tripod, this information here. And then the other information I got over here is my digital still camera. They give you decent booklets like that too. And I also have a DVD player, Sony DVD player, which I keep next to my computer when I want to record cassettes and make videos and stuff like that. I pop it in there. It's also Sony. Yes, I am a Sony diehard. I love Sony and I love Panasonic. Those are my favorite two electronic things I like, products. And let alone when you buy brand new, you get all the cables with it. Okay, when you're buying singular, like if you're just buying this here, you don't get. These are the things you don't get with it. The software that came with this one here for the digital camera, Pixilla is the one that came with the what do you call it there? Whoops, I dropped it. Pixilla is the one that came with that camera, and this one here came with the digital still camera with that one. Okay, that's why I like to buy brand new, folks. If you're gonna buy it, if you're gonna buy stuff, if you could do it, afford it, buy it brand new. Now, the other thing I want to talk about in regards to how I create my videos, let me just fix this box over here. I'll clean it up a little bit. This thing here I bought. Now, this thing here is a diamond. It's the one-touch video capture card, right? Now, and here's the thing, and the reason why I bought this here, this is what it looks like, all right? This is what it looks like. This was close to, I think this was about $100, this thing here. Now, I had to buy this for the simple reason is, this here, in order for me to upload my videos, when I claim, this here has a cassette in here, an 8mm cassette. Okay, it's got those little small cassettes in here as well. If you have a big enough memory stick, you could also record off of that as well, I believe. Okay, I had to buy this diamond gadget over here. This plugs into a USB plug, right? And this plugs into my Sony camera. Over here, if you look really quick here, they have little, this is where we're going right here, the audio video. Okay, this is for FireWire, and this is some other stuff. Sony gives you enough dedicated cables to do all that there. But this one here, right here, for example, is for FireWire. I don't have a FireWire, adapter in my computer, so I can't use this. I could try to use this here. This is what they gave me too. This also would plug into there, and you could use it. But the thing is, it works with certain features and certain programs and certain things that don't. Okay, but that's what I like. And some of these here, a couple of these, I think there's more cables, to be honest with you. I don't remember which ones it were, but I think just for the camera alone, they gave you a couple more cables. I think these are more, but you know what? They all interact with each other. I could use them all for the same thing. I could use this USB to connect it to this camera right here. And this is what I take all my still shots with. Okay, it's the Sony Cyber Shot. Okay, it's the 3.3 megapixel. Nothing fancy. It takes decent pictures. I think it takes nice pictures. And this guy, I still left all the labels on there. That's the type of person I am. I like that. I like to leave everything on there. So that's what I use there for that. But anyway, getting back to this thing here with the diamond one-touch video capture, I had to have this here because in order for me to upload this here onto my computer to get pull the import, or I should say import the video on there, I needed this capture card. So yes, this is an additional thing I had to buy. But what I'm trying to say is, in regards to buying all that expensive stuff, you really don't need to go crazy with it, This stuff here, it does me good. I mean, I have no problem with it. The only thing is, with this camera here, back in the day, with that one there, the Sony Handycam, this which comes with Super Night Vision 2 on it too, as you can see there. It's got the Super Night Vision. My iPhone will zoom in here. This was under $1,000. I know that. That was under $1,000. This, however, this Sony Cyber Shot, when I bought this camera, this was about $5 and change. I think it's came out to $500. Now, I know you're thinking, wait a minute, you said you're Mr. Frugal Entrepreneur. Why would you buy expensive stuff? Back in the day, I want to take good home videos, and I talked about it with the family. I said, you know what? It's a one-time investment. Okay. Now, if you're a person that's going to do a lot of upgrading, yes, then it doesn't pay to buy this type of stuff because you know what? You're going to upgrade. I bought these two items around the same time. I got them, I think, back in 2003, I believe. I bought either 2002, 2003. I had them ever since. So you do the math how old these are right now, okay? And they still work good. I have no problem with them. The only thing that went on this camera here, and it was my fault, I was shooting videos I'm not shooting videos, I was taking pictures on a hot, humid day. I'm over here in New York on the East Coast. It just happened to be a hot, hot, humid day. The LCD screen was starting to get a little staticky here. Okay, so I couldn't take. I could still take a picture, but I couldn't see how clear it came out. So I had to send this to get it repaired. It was 150 bucks. They did it like brand new. They put a new screen in there. They cleaned out the camera, and everything worked good. I think it was about a week and a half it took to get back. Never had a problem with this one here. This works excellent. It's flawless. It has nothing wrong with it. No problem with the LCD here. Everything is good. Everything works great on it. Okay, and like I said again, I got the remote control mic, which is good here. I mean, the tripod here, which is good. It helps a lot. You could take digital still pictures here. Camera. You could take the photo. You power on and off, and you zoom in and out. Okay. And this here, if you move this here out, this pops out. You could adjust this here to turn around. Very nice tripod. Again, and the other thing is too, when you do buy, if you do buy something like this, this is why I like buying brand new. If you were to buy something like this off of eBay, are you going to get the AC adapters? These are very important. I labeled one for the Sony CyberShot. I did that there because I didn't know the voltage on here. They're probably both the same. This one here goes for this camera, and this one here is for that one. Okay, but folks, this is what I use. Okay, this is what I use. And like I said, I know it looks like a mess, but it is. That's the gospel truth. But I run it before I show you. Before I close out the video, I want to show you that tripod I got for $5. It's really something. It's really heavy duty. So I just want to show you that really quick. Okay, folks, this is the tripod I was talking. I know it's a little messy over here. I'm trying to hold this with one hand here. This thing here is vintage. But let me tell you something. The way it's made, it's phenomenal. I mean, without damaging my cameras or anything, let me put it over here. You could see the construction on this thing here. It's heavy duty. It's got a real strong base on here. And when you lock this thing in, it locks. I mean, it's all metal. You got the metal, you got the metal up and down thing here. You got this, and it's so fluid the way it moves. I don't know if it's ball bearings in there. It really moves nice, and it's tall. And it's the just to give you guys an idea what it is. It's the Star D. My phone ain't zooming in over here. It's the Star D Conquest. Okay. And this thing is phenomenal. This is the one I had up on eBay, and I took it off. And I said, you know what? I'm keeping it. I am definitely keeping this one here. This is a keeper. For now, if I can come across another one like that, then I may decide to sell this. But I tell you the truth, the way this thing is made, man, this thing is awesome. This is awesome, this thing here. Everything is all metal. And look at the gears here, like when you have to raise it up. The elevation thing here to make it go higher. This is all metal. This ain't plastic. On that one there, it's all plastic. Okay, I got this here, and again, once you lock this in here, when you hit that thing there, you locked. This thing ain't going nowhere. Vintage stuff is really made well. I have to honestly say, this one here is the. Whoops, sorry guys. This one here is the Star D. Here it is. I don't know if you can see that there. It's Star D by Davidson. I don't know if you can get that in there. I don't think I have the autofocus set up my phone here right. Yeah, I don't think I got that set up properly because it's not zooming in properly. Anyway, but that's what I got though, folks. And I got that there. Like I said, I got this for $5. So I got that at the local thrift store. That's a keeper. I'm not getting rid of that. But anyway, guys, let me go back and close out the video. And that's basically it. I just want to show you the stuff I have. I know it looks like a mess. I got to clean it all up. So you guys look, you just have to look at it. Again, just to recap. I want you guys to know that I am not, I have no affiliation program with Sony. Like I said again, nobody had called me up and said, "Hey, would you do a video on this here? Promoting our products." This is something I'm doing on my own, so I just wanted to share it with you guys. But yeah, so let me go close it out, and we'll take it from there.
Well, there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed that video I put out here. You're probably wondering why I made this video. It's just that I get a lot of notifications from a lot of other YouTube creators I subscribe to, and let me tell you, and I am not saying anything in a bad way, they do put out really good information out there. They got a lot of good tips and tricks, a lot better than what I know. I am not a professional photographer, okay? I don't know if some of those guys are or not, or they just, basically guys like me that, picked up these expensive cameras or whatever, and they started learning, and then they're sharing their knowledge and experience with you guys. But for me, for all intents and purposes, what I have is what I have, and it works, and that's the main thing. If you could make decent videos, good videos for less money, why not? You don't have to spend $700 on a digital video camera like I did back then. But that's a one-time investment. I am not upgrading. So just to let you guys know, I'm not upgrading. As long as that works, and as long as I can upload videos to YouTube, that stuff will be there indefinite. So people may say, well, you consider yourself frugal, but you spent that. But like I said again, it's a one-time investment. I know people out there that will upgrade every so many years or whatever. Every time the technology changes, they will be the first ones to say, hey, I'm going to sell my camera and I'm going to upgrade and buy a new one. I do not do that, folks. Okay, I told you I bought those two cameras I bought back in 2003. Okay, and I have them to the present. We're in 2019. Okay, so that's how long I had those, and I will continue to use those. Okay, and if I ever do upgrade, which I doubt very much will happen, I will let you guys know, and as the reason why I did. The only time I would upgrade, let me just share this with you guys. If something is beyond repair, where I can't get it to work, it can't be fixed, it's not fixable, then that's something to check, take into consideration. But I'll tell you the truth. A couple weeks back, I was at Walmart, my local Walmart over here, and I seen a little Sony camera. That's a heavy one. That camera is it's got a lot of weight to it. I mean, if you have to hold it in your hand for some time, you're going to get tired. They had a small one, about yay big, okay, and I think they wanted either $200 or $300 for it. And it takes nice pictures and stuff like that. Very small. I mean, I could put it in the palm of my hand. It's probably the size of the palm of my hand. That's how big that camera is. It's small. It's a video camera. And if I was to buy something like that, if I want to stay with that product line, I would probably shoot for something like that. And if I even wanted even cheaper, I can go to eBay and get one. But here's the thing I have to say though, and this is where I'm very funny this way. When it comes to electronics, in certain cases, now I know for people who finally say, wait, didn't you buy this iPhone back then? You bought this iPhone off of eBay. I did buy this here. I bought that because I didn't want to spend $500-600 at the time when it came out with it. So yeah, I got this phone for I think $149, but I looked at the seller, made sure they were reputable. They had no really complaints against them, no bad negative, they had no negative feedbacks. And yes, I did take a chance with this here. But the phone I sold prior to this was a Sony Xperia phone. I bought that brand new. That was the same price, $149. The only reason why I sold my Sony phone is because it didn't have certain features on it as the iPhone did. Okay. Now I don't know about the new Sony iPhones. The Sony iPhones. The new Sony cell phones. They may have more bells and whistles or more compatibility. As to with the just like with the iPhone here. But the reason why I got this is because my family, we all have iPhones. My daughters have the newest ones, and I like the iMessage on there. So as long as I have the iMessage, as far as I know, from what I was told, you don't get charged for it because we're all on the same network. And that's something I think Apple has that. The iMessage, I think they call it, and you can do the FaceTime and stuff like that. Now I don't know about the other Sony the cell phones that they have all those features like the iPhone does, but for me, I took a chance. Yes, I mean, normally I would not buy anything electronic. I would not like to really buy them used. In certain cases, I don't. But I will say this, though. In buying this here, I'm very happy I did make the purchase with this iPhone, though. I have to honestly say, it's been good to me since I bought it. I never had no issues with it. Everything works fine. It was pretty much flawless. There was no scratches, dings, or dents on it. So I kind of lucked out with it in that respect. But what I'm trying to say, folks, is in regards to making videos, you don't have to go out and buy expensive stuff to do it. Believe me, you don't. And the same thing, if you're an eBay seller, you don't need to buy expensive digital cameras to take pictures for eBay photo. I did a video on it and I showed you that eBay has like a photo enhancement thing. It's like a little toolbar right underneath when you're uploading your pictures, and I think I showed that in one of my other videos where you could increase the contrast, you can make it darker, lighter, you could sharpen a picture, you could crop it, you could do all that on the eBay website. Okay, so I'm just trying to save you guys money and stuff like that, and just trying to tell you, look, you don't have to spend a lot of money. As a matter of fact, I just got another video thing coming up that this person that's talking about getting the blue mic. The blue mic, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's the Yeti. The Yeti mic, that's roughly, I think, about 150 bucks. Maybe in there, you might see them a little cheaper on eBay. I don't know if they're pre-owned for that price or they are brand new, but I remember I went to a local electronics store here, Micro Center, way over here where I am in New York, and I think they had it for, I think, 150 bucks or something like that. I'm talking on this little Laptec, this $2.50 Laptec, and I think I sound just as good. Okay, I don't know what else I needed to do. It's got the noise cancellation on there. You could hear me talking. I'm not staticky. You know, I think there's clarity in my voice. I mean, you know, I don't know what more I need. You know, but if you are a person that says no, I want next to the state-of-the-art equipment, then if you got the money, go for it. Not me. Whether if I was making tons of cash, I'm still going to keep what I have, folks. I'm not going to upgrade. I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to do that there. I think it's a waste of money, to be honest with you. And like I said again, for YouTube, for all intents and purposes, I'm not making cinematic movies here. You know, I'm not like Universal Studios or Warner Brothers, where I have these major motion production company where I got to have, you know, all these $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 cameras where I'm taking video. It's for YouTube. You know what I'm saying? That's how you gotta look at it. It's a YouTube video. You know, yeah, the 4K is nice and all that other stuff there. You know, you want clarity, but I mean, let's be realistic here. You know. Anyway, guys, Rich Pasini. I will talk to you next time. Bye bye.